UEFA does not want you to see this list of their biggest robberies. A referee just admitted to one of these calls being a complete mistake. Stay until the end to see which final was decided by a goal that was illegally allowed. The proof in this video will change how you see this competition forever, under the bright lights of Europe's grandest stage, where dreams are woven into the threads of history and heartbreak becomes an uninvited guest. The Champions League has witnessed moments so cruel that they feel less like sport and more like acts of theft. In May 2019, Amsterdam was living a fairy tale. Ajax, a squad of fearless prodigies, had already dismantled Real Madrid and Juventus with a brand of football that seemed to defy the cynicism of the modern game. Matthijs de Ligt, Frenkie de Jong, Hakim Ziyech, and Dusan Tadic played as though destiny was their 12th man, and after a first leg win over Tottenham Hotspur in London, the second leg at the Johan Cruyff Arena felt like a coronation. De Ligt's towering header and Ziyech's curling strike had made it 3-0 on aggregate. Erik ten Hag was smiling. The fans were already dreaming of Madrid, and Ajax were 30 minutes from the final. But fate, in the form of Lucas Moura, had other plans. One goal in the 55th minute sparked a shift. Another 4 minutes later dragged Ajax into panic. And then, in the 95th minute, Moura's third, the final kick of the game, shattered the dream. The away goals rule sent Spurs through. Ajax's players lay broken on the pitch, and a team that had rekindled the spirit of total football was dismantled in the aftermath, scattered across Europe like the ashes of a burned manuscript. Just a year earlier in Turin, Juventus had been handed an almost impossible task after Cristiano Ronaldo's acrobatic goal helped Real Madrid claim a 3-0 first-leg lead. But under the lights of the Bernabeu, Mario Mandzukic struck twice, and Blaise Matuidi added a third, leveling the tie 3-3 and placing destiny within reach for Gianluigi Buffon, the legendary goalkeeper chasing the one trophy that had eluded him. Then, in the 93rd minute, with extra time seconds away, Lucas Vazquez went down under minimal contact from Mehdi Benatia. The referee pointed to the spot in a decision so soft it felt surreal. Buffon's protest was volcanic. Shouts, gestures, fury boiling over, and it earned him a red card in what was his final Champions League appearance. Wojciech Szczesny came on cold to face Ronaldo's penalty. The Portuguese forward buried it without hesitation. Juventus' miracle was undone by a single whistle, and Buffon walked away not with a trophy, but with a bitter taste of injustice. Sometimes, the cruelty comes dressed in farce, as Chelsea learned in 2000 against Barcelona. They had stunned the Catalans 3-1 at Stamford Bridge, but at the Camp Nou, the script seemed pre-written. Rivaldo's theatrical collapse in the box brought one penalty. Danny Garcia's fall under the lightest of touches brought another, and Celestine Barbero's dismissal reduced Chelsea to 10. Barcelona piled on goals until the aggregate was theirs. The underdog's defiance smothered beneath the weight of officiating decisions that felt more like stage directions than fair judgments. And yet, 5 years later, Chelsea found themselves in another storm with Barcelona, this time under Mourinho. In the first leg at the Camp Nou, Asier Del Horno was shown a straight red for a clumsy but hardly malicious challenge on a young Lionel Messi. Mourinho accused referee Anders Frisk of improper halftime discussions with Frank Rijkaard, igniting a firestorm that ended with Frisk's early retirement amid death threats. The second leg at Stamford Bridge saw Chelsea prevail 4-2, but the shadow of that red card lingered. Proof that in this competition, the smallest calls can ripple into seismic consequences. Paris Saint-Germain's 2016 quarterfinal with Manchester City was another study in invisible fight. Edinson Cavani twice found the net with perfectly timed runs, only to be halted by offside flags that replays proved wrong. City, meanwhile, escaped two clear handball calls in their own box. Kevin De Bruyne's sublime goal sealed PSG's fate, but the French side left knowing that on another night, with another set of eyes, the outcome might have been different. When Real Madrid met Barcelona in the Champions League semi-final under Mourinho, the first leg was a brutal stalemate until Pepe's challenge on Dani Alves turned the match. Contact was minimal, but Alves' reaction was maximal, and referee Wolfgang Stark showed a straight red. Down to 10, Madrid conceded twice to Lionel Messi. One goal a glide through defenders, the other a solo run etched into history. Afterward, Mourinho delivered his infamous, "Why is it always Barcelona?" tirade, invoking a litany of past grievances from Chelsea's 2009 complaints to Inter Milan's struggles a year earlier. UEFA fined him, but the sense of a recurring pattern was hard to shake. For Malaga in 2013, the cruelty was almost operatic. In the second leg of their quarter-final against Borussia Dortmund, they led 2-1 with minutes left. Then, in stoppage time, Marco Reyes equalized and Felipe Santana bundled a winner while standing yards offside. 2 Dortmund players were ahead of the last offender, the kind of infraction a child could spot, yet the flag stayed down. Malaga, a team built on borrowed time and limited resources, saw their one chance at glory stolen. Financial trouble soon dismantled the squad, and they have never returned to such heights. Bayern Munich's quarterfinal against Real Madrid in 2017 descended into chaos in the second leg. Arturo Vidal was sent off for a tackle that won the ball cleanly, and with Bayern reduced to 10, Ronaldo scored twice from positions so blatantly offside they bordered on parity. Even the hat-trick's first goal carried the stench of suspicion. "We played 10 against 14, said Manuel Neuer afterward. Arjen Robben fumed. Carlo Ancelotti called it a disgrace, and Madrid moved on, the official explanations as absent as the offside flags that night. Each of these moments, Ajax's heartbreak, Buffon's red, Chelsea's theater of injustice, PSG's quiet undoing, Mourinho's fury, Malaga's daylight robbery, Bayern's fury at the Bernabeu, is a reminder that in the Champions League, victory is not only about talent or tactics. It is also about surviving the unseen hands that can tilt the balance with a whistle, a flag, or a flicker of hesitation. And for every team that lifts the trophy, there are others who walk away knowing they were not defeated in football's purest sense, but in the murkier theater where fate and fallibility conspire to rewrite destiny in the dying moments. Which of these Champions League robberies do you believe changed football history the most? Do you think teams like Ajax or Malaga could have gone all the way if not for those decisions? And do you think refereeing in Europe is truly neutral or shaped by hidden forces? Share your thoughts in the comments and remember to subscribe.